Let's get some names on here on the list, people. Sugar, honey. Okay, why not? Sharon, hi. Sharon, good evening. Good evening. Rodarius, hi, Rodarius. Ah, there we go. And all sun is in the house. Thank God. Hi, Patricia. Yeah, Constance, good evening, Constance. Thank you for coming back to the show. At least we sorted ourselves out. Thank you so much. We're not going to let you go down flames. I hope you got something out of that reading. Linda Morcelli. Good evening, Linda. Evening, Linda Morcelli. Good evening. You look so cheery. You look so cheery. Love Triber is here. Love Triber. I got you. Patricia had a great birthday yesterday. Really? Patricia, you get a TL cupcake. You're getting a TL cupcake. How do you like that? Isn't that amazing? Little caps here. Little cap one. Hi, little cap one. Fritali, welcome. Linda Mickey. Linda Mickey. Linda, Tina Miller. Hi, Tina. Tina. Maria, oh, I got you, Maria. Hold on. I saw you. I saw you. I saw you there. Empress is here. Thank you so much. No more sadness, gone is the fighting gone. Used to become alive, just disappear or become survivors. I'll watch you work, lying there. Oh, hold on, I see you guys. I see you all. RLQ height. And I just see Carolyn Rains. Hi, Carolyn. Thank you so much. Yes, good evening. Primary greetings. Primary feathers, yes. Wait a minute, I just saw somebody else too. I got Carolyn Rains, yeah. Angel Coey. Angel Coey. And your heart is there. Ivona. Good evening, Ivona Kukulka. Ivona Kukulka, yeah. Mary C. Hi, Mary C. What's going on? Good evening. Welcome to the show tonight. Gosh, I hope you guys had an interesting week, I would imagine. Hopefully, it's been very, very much a roller coaster ride. A lot of turbulence, ups and downs over here, that's for sure. So, you know, what do you expect with the eclipses? I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you so much for dropping in. There's other things you could do. I got some questions for you guys later on. Don't you worry. Primary, yes, trying to find the energy. Yeah, find the energy. Thank you, all son. I'm glad you like it. It's handcrafted. It's very beautiful. Each one's made by hand. So there you go. Yes, oh, Mary R. Wait a minute. Gosh, there's a lot of Marys here. Maria, Mary. Yeah, seriously. All those retrogrades, my gosh. Like right now, tonight. Well, we're just coming out of Mercury retrograde. Let's keep it on there. We've got Mercury in Leo, still retrograde. We've got Mars in Capricorn, retrograde. We got Saturn in Capricorn, retrograde. We've got Uranus in Taurus, retrograde. We've got Neptune in Pisces, retrograde. And we got Pluto in Capricorn, retrograde. That's freaky stuff, people. That is freaky. That's all retrograde. All of these planets are retrograde. We're coming out of this tonight, so that'll be a bit of relief. You know, there's no point in taking this personally. You know, these planets are trying to help us live our lives, and it's better if we just roll with the flow, okay? Hey, Giggle. Giggle Glimmer's here, Giggle. Because I care. Precious. Oh, I don't think I got you. No, I didn't. We're not gonna let you go out clean. No. Precious moments. Sag. Okay. Oh, somewhere in time. There you are. Somewhere in time tarot. Good evening, somewhere in time tarot. Yeah, we'll catch up. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Okay, everybody dance. Okay, we've done enough introductions for now. We'll catch up in a minute. Everybody grab your partner and dance because it's not a lotion, no magic potion. It's just a dose of love in the moment. I want you to find La 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 la. La 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 la. Thank you, Precious. Holding your hand, I know you can feel me. I'll talk in a whisper, I know you can hear me. When you awake, when we are conscious, totally feel you're just watch this. No more weeping, no more sadness. Don't miss the fight, don't miss the madness. You can choose to become alive or just grab a partner. I'll watch you while you're lying there. While your eyes are closed and your heart is there. Perfectly still, and I'm right here because I care. Because I la 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 la. It's just a dose of love in the moment. I'll watch you while you're lying there. While your eyes are closed and your heart is there. La 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 la. Perfectly and I love you because I care. Well, well, well. Gosh, folks, people, we made it to another night. Hold on, I just saw somebody new. Hold on, wait a minute. I just saw somebody. Stay there. Who is that? Who is that? Melanie Snowball. Melanie Snowball. That's a great name. It's not winter yet. Melanie Snowball, not in the North America. Melanie Snowball. Melanie Snowball, you sound like a newbie. Maybe you need to get hazed. Maybe it's time to haze. Who's up for a hazing tonight? Who is up for a hazing tonight? Yeah, yeah, I'm thinking that. I'm feeling it, people. I'm feeling the hazing coming on. Feeling a hazing coming on. But I don't want to do this on my own. It's only if we feel that Melanie needs it. Yeah. And who's Nana? Nana's here. Yeah, you were here last time, weren't you? I remember you. Yeah. Yep. Haze gigs, yep. Okay, well, sugar. Being hazed over here at Lumination is kind of like, it's like being initiated. Think of it as your spiritual initiation, baby. That's what we call spiritual initiation, man. It's really, really serious. Yeah, let the hazing begin. You're absolutely right, Eagle. We're just going to do it anyway. You know what? We're not even going to apologize. We're not even going to ask for permission. We're just going to do it. We're going to make a decision, and we're just going to do it. Angel County wants me to do it. Okay, so Melanie. Melanie Snowball Going to get hazed tonight. So prepare yourself, Melanie. I hope you're ready for this. Of course, the rest of you guys, you already know what's going to happen. So it's okay. Okay, but for those of you who don't know, especially you, Melanie, you might want to prepare yourself with a barf bag. Anything on hand would do. A small bucket is very handy. It's also helpful to bring goggles, also some earplugs. Well, don't use earplugs, but you might need sunglasses. You could also, you might need deodorant. You might need some pepper spray. You might need a fire extinguisher. It's very handy to have a fire extinguisher here on the show. Okay, so yeah, it's very, very important. Very, very important. These are survival tools. These are standard Terra Lumination survival tools as we go through the initiation processes. As you know, these eclipses have been extremely challenging for all of us. 3 dingers in a row, okay? So, Aaron's here. Aaron Smith. Hi, Aaron. Okay. So, you know, these, of course, obvious, tissues and smokes, of course, yes. And refreshments. It helps to have refreshments on hand as well, Melanie. Tissues, plenty of tissues for sure. Refreshments, paper towels for mopping up, okay? And wet wipes. Very, very handy too here, because it's kind of like, just imagine you're hanging around at a campfire and things get a little messy, okay? Things do get a little messy here you know, it just sort of happens that way. You know, this is a very kind of rustic event. It's very artisanal here. Everything is handcrafted, small batches, non-GMO, as you notice. This is not vegan. This channel is not vegan, not yet. I don't know if it will ever get there. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. And of course, yes, herbal teas are very popular as well here. Okay, Precious will tell you. Okay. Oh, what am I? Fridley's just, what's that? What? Fridley was held up at gunpoint. Welcome to Los Angeles. Hey, are you in Los Angeles, Fridley? Oh my gosh, Fridley, that's heavy duty. Oh, Lena's here. Lena's in the house. Good evening, Lena. Lena. Oh, you know what? We're going to play Lena's concerto. Lena's concerto tonight. That's a very famous piece of classical music. I don't know if you've ever heard of it yet, but Lena's concerto is on the same scale as like Bach, Beethoven, Mozart, Handel, Liszt, all the greats, okay? Lena's concerto is up there with all of it. Also including Holst, the planets, okay? That might be a reference for you. Yeah, okay. Oh boy. That's scary stuff, Fritterly. Very, very scary stuff. So, let's have a look, people. Let's just have a quick little scan of things. Probably what we're going to do tonight, I'm guessing, is just do as many readings as we can squeeze out of the system here. I don't know. It's been, I've taken a lot of aspirin for my spine, and I'm hoping that it works, hoping it helps a little bit. So, a couple of things. As we know, all these planets are retrograde right now. So, the personal planets here, Mercury, that's flipping tomorrow, tonight and tomorrow, and the next day or so, and eventually it'll get back up to full speed. Mars is still retrograding, and it's just going to be this way for a while, and we just have to deal with it, okay? There's an awful lot of pressure on us to do like repairs, reviews, rewinds, reevaluation, reappraisals, anything like to do with having to almost like go back in time and dig up what needs to be healed, what needs to be addressed. You got to reveal it to heal it. And with this heavy duty alignment of retrogrades, we're taking it right down to the level of the soul here. Okay, people, we're going way, way deep. This is This is like deep sea oil drilling here to get down to the stuff that needs to be released and come up to the surface because it's very valuable. I know it sounds strange to release all the toxic goop at the pit of our souls, but that's what deep vibrational soul healing is about. And the value comes from revealing it for the healing. You've got to reveal it you've got to reveal it to heal it. So when it comes to the top, the value comes from the releasing. And then you can shine the light on it, day-to-day light, you know, from the sun and the light planets, so that we can actually heal this in our three-dimensional lives. So we don't have to walk around like psychic, emotional, spiritual cripples forever and ever and ever. Not allowed. Not with Terra Lumination. Not on our watch here. Not when we've got the Terra Lumination Love Tribe squad on hand. No way. Yes, Ivona, back pain. It's chronic. It's more than back pain. It's because of broken discs and broken vertebrae. So it's very frustrating. I know a lot of you probably have spinal issues, and because it's actually quite common. It's just a question of degree. So please take care of your bodies, people. Please, 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 please. Listen to what your body says. If there's a lot of pain, do something about it. Don't try to push yourself through the pain. When somebody says, hey, put your back in it, say no. Thank you very much. Yeah. Steve Stannell. Hi, Steve. What's going on, man? Let's have a look. Just got to put you on the records here. Good evening, Stephen. Good evening and welcome. All right. Oh, right. Yeah, the chocolate planet. Yeah. What, you did 14 hours work on your shift for Italy? Is that why you're in so much body pain? That's kind of dangerous, you know, doing that many hours. Just standing up. I know people who are who've had to have a major hip surgery and knee surgery simply because they've been standing 12 and 14 hours a day on their jobs. That's insane. It's insane. We're not supposed to do that to our bodies. We don't have to do that. We can find other ways, okay? All right. Charlie Azevedo. Oh, Charlie Azevedo. Okay, all right. So you're new here. Charlie Azevedo. Okay, cool. Well, welcome, Charlie. Thank you. Love Triber just got out of bed prison after a year. Oh, that's rough. Oh my God, being whoa, yow. Tina, wow, that's heavy duty, man. That's serious. Oh my gosh, Evolution Fairy, what's up? My God. Hello, Evolution Fairy. Wow. Actually, I have a feeling you've been here before. If not, welcome, but I have a feeling you've been here before. Somehow I realized that. Lift walking and speed walking people to each bell. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's a lot. New victims. Yeah. I get it. I know what you're saying. Thank you. All right. So it's very warm here in the sunny West Coast. And we've had lots of fires, but we're okay over here. So let's have a little beverage toast. Good evening and welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming to Terra Lumination Sunday Night Live. This is where we do group healing. We heal each other. We heal ourselves and we heal each other. It works so much more effectively when you're kind of in a group environment. We can do all sorts of things on our own, and we can place ourselves in a healing environment with our traditional healthcare systems on our own. There's you, there's the healers. But with something like this, we can exchange energy by remote. This is like super ultra advanced energy healing here. I know it sounds wacko, but that's essentially what we're doing. And I don't know if you are aware of this, but one of our visitors to the channel from Australia, hold on. Hold on. Give me a second here. I'm trying to make an astro doodle. Bear with me. All right, here we go. As a lot of you folks know, Tarot Illumination has written a little book. This is my chance to show off. Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of mellow tonight. I'm kind of mellow and grounded, even though the moon is in Sagittarius, which is usually gets me all bouncy. I'm feeling kind of serious tonight. Sober, calm, serious, stable, stabilizing, wanting stability, offering stability. So Benny was writing about stuff. He was reading some stuff about this little book by Tarot Illumination, Wealth, Money, Finance. And, you know, it's not really an astrology book, and it's not even a tarot book, but it's very much to do with all of this. January 2020. And it's kind of a big deal. I know the sun is, there's nothing apparently much happening in Capricorn right now because the sun is not there. However, if you look at all the charts and stuff, you will realize that we have Mars in Capricorn right now. We have Pluto in Capricorn. We have Saturn in Capricorn. And well, just let me check a second. I just got to check some charts here. Give me a second. Just give me a second, people. Well, that's it for now. But on the week, later in the week, I think it's tomorrow or the day after, we're going to have the moon in Capricorn. So can you imagine that? Today is Sunday, the 19th, but I think on Monday, let's have a look. For sure, on the 21st, on August 21st, we're going to have Mars, Moon, Pluto, and Saturn. All up here in Capricorn, okay? That's really big, heavy-duty stellium. It's very serious stuff. And this affects the whole planet, and it affects individuals. Either way, it's just energy. But what it does, it's I'm taking the opportunity here to mention this little book because what's happening is we're getting a glimpse now of the energies that we're going to feel around January 2020, where there's like a lot of like stressful energies here. And with the Capricorn Cancer eclipses coming, okay, around those times, okay, this is a lot of pressure on the planet, and we have to deal with this. So I'm just mentioning this because what Benny was telling me about today was quite interesting, because we as a whole planet, we're going to be living through this for about the next 4 years or so. It's about a 4-year cycle, back and forth through all this really heavy pressure from the Capricorn energy to like really solidify and control and manage things from the top down, like do as I say kind of stuff. And at the same time, there's going to be a lot of convulsive changes in the institutions and the banking, the financial systems, as noted in this book. And eventually things are going to crack, okay? And what's happening, some of the astrologers are now starting to write about Pluto in Aquarius. Can you believe that? It's already happening. Pluto and Aquarius conversations are already happening for 2024. And this, dear Tarot Illumination viewers, let's hope we're all still around for this, okay? This is a 20-year journey, okay? This is 20 years. And it's going to be a time of global radical upheavals, revolution, rebellion, and for what works for the masses, what works for the people, not what works for the government. So this energy is going to be very contradictory to this energy, because this energy is about what works for the oligarchy, what works for the bosses at the top. They're trying to consolidate and control everything so that it works for the people at the top. But when we come to this cracking moment here in 2024, it's going to be the energy of revolution, because eventually the people, we the people, they're going to be bestowed with the right to rise up and challenge this energy. And this is typically very revolutionary energy here. Okay, the last time Pluto was in Aquarius, we had global revolutionary wars. Okay, I'm not trying to be a warmonger here, because there's also some amazing stuff that happens with Pluto and Aquarius in terms of like the globalization of energies, the equalization of opportunity, you know, for the masses, for the individual, especially because of the internet. Okay, it's mind-boggling what's going to be happening. Okay, so let's prepare for that. I just wanted to put that up for you because my friend Benny is already starting to talk about this stuff. So there you go. That was just my little astrodoodle fun for the evening. Let's get back to tonight. All righty, people. All righty, people. Let's have a look here. What's going on? All right, I want to get some readings lined up for you. First of all, we got 2 readings lined up. We got 2 readings lined up, all right? Number 1, we've got for Precious over here. We've also got Melanie lined up over here, all right? Now, if anybody wants to buy their way to the front of the line, you can do that. There's that super chat button. It works very well, and all the money goes to Terra Lumination. Yay! We're going to try to keep Terra Lumination going, okay? And by the way, while we're at it, talking about the finances and things, I'm just going to give you a heads up, people. I'm still working on it. It's still early days, but we're going to be exploring sponsorship. Now, don't run away. Don't be scared. It is about the money, okay? And it's going to go through Patreon. Still learning about it. I'm getting help from several people, several Terra Lumination love tribers who are very enthusiastic for keeping Terra Lumination going, keeping Terra Lumination alive, and having a chance to thrive. Because at the moment, Terra Lumination is living off of fumes. So the thing is, we've got a chance to make this work in a way that creates a lot more stability for the channel. And what we're trying to do is it's still a very tiny channel, but the people who are here who really are people who really love it. And so what we're going to do is we're planning, it's just a plan right now, getting ready for it. We're planning a sponsorship drive where people are going to be invited to become sponsors of Terra Lumination and on a monthly basis, just like your cell phone bill. And what we're thinking of is either $2.22 a month or $3.33 a month. So the whole idea is that it's about the price of a cup of coffee, 1 cup of coffee per month. So you don't even know that it's happening. And what we're going to do is have like a long-term approach to the sponsorship drives. So every, I don't know, every week, every month or something, we'll go like on a campaign or whatever it's called to get people excited and interested. And then you sign up. And then when you sign up, you get a certificate which proves as a fact, you can show this to anybody, that you are an official member of the Terra Lumination Love Tribe. Now, of course, you know what that means. This is a certificate. It's a very valuable certificate. It's better than a passport. It's better than your driving license. You could go to any country in the world and they will accept you. And they will just, it automatically gets you to the front row of the Emmys, the Oscars, and all your favorite nightclubs and restaurants. As soon as you put that certificate in their face, they will understand. And they'll always say, oh, excuse me, come to the front of the line, please. So I'm just giving you a heads up right now. We're working on this. The certificate is actually still being designed and made by one of the amazing Terra Lumination Love Tribers, okay? So that's how awesome we are. Steve Stanall. Okay, Steve, do me. Okay, Steve, do me. Okay, you got it, Steve. All right, thank you. Money talks, people. I'm telling you. Steve Stanall. Steve wants a reading. Steve, I'm going to put your name in here if I can fit it, okay? So I don't confuse you with all the other Steves here tonight. There we go. Thank you so much. I just saw that. I wasn't even looking at the screen. I was just trying to concentrate on the show, but thank you so, so much. Thank you so, so much. Okay, it's been fantastic. We're off to a really, really great start here. Lena. Okay, look, see, Mary, see, she's in. I mean, it's pretty harmless. Honestly, I'm serious. This is, again, one of the things I'm trying to do here is do things that work for Terra Lumination and they work for you so that you feel you're getting incredible value. The channel keeps going. Like, you don't have to do this. It's voluntary, of course, but it's a way of saying thank you and putting your money where your mouth is. Okay, that's all it is. And it's small enough, like, anyway, eventually you're going to see it when you go to the Patreon subscriber button page. There's going to be 3 levels. So I'm going to give you a heads up right now because this is all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan, people. When we get, first off, we're going to try and get 333 subscribers. You do the math, okay? Start doing the math in your brain, okay? That's quite a bit of money. I don't know about you. You take 222 or 333 and you multiply that up, okay, with 333 sponsors at Patreon. That's serious bucks, okay? We can do stuff like that. We can pay down the costs on the recording studio and the recording costs for the new Terra Lumination recordings, songs, album, which will be professional sounding, like they come on the radio, not like the very seriously homemade sounding ones we have right now. Also, it'll help us to pay for the recording that Laura is going to be doing of a song called I Surrender. Laura Ellen Smith, as you know, is a fantastic singer, and she's going to sing that song. She's agreed to do a cover version of I Surrender by Terra Lumination. So all of that goes to help. Okay, the next thing, if we can get to 666, sorry, I was going to go, I'm going to go to 555. That was the number. That's the magic number. I'm going to aim. This could take years, okay, people? I don't know how long this is going to take or if it's going to work, but I'm trying to stay optimistic. We're going to aim for 333. It's probably just going to be a long, slow, steady process. Then we're going to aim for 555. And then we're going to aim for 999 sponsors. That's a lot of sponsors, okay? With that many sponsors, right now we have, I don't know, 12, 13, 14,000 subscribers or something. But honestly, in terms of YouTube numbers, that's just tiny, 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 tiny. So we're asking a lot to get these kind of numbers of sponsors, but I think it's possible. But the thing is, when we get up to this level, this is where all the talk is going on behind the scenes, people. Behind the scenes. It's all about doing building a retreat. Okay? Shh. Don't tell too many people. But it's about building a Terra Lumination retreat where people can come and hang out. Okay? Basically. So in other words, we can do Terra Lumination Sunday Night Live in person, for real. We're going to stand up and play songs. We can do live readings. We can do live art, music, and writing. We can do actual hands-on healing. We can do remote healings. We can do group healings. But the idea is to actually bring us together as people, real people. I mean, this is fantastic that we have Terra Lumination Sunday Night Live with the world-famous Terra Lumination Love Tribe. However, can you imagine? I know this is scary. I know it's very scary. Can you just imagine a bunch of us hanging out together for real? Seriously, okay? I'm serious, people. I'm serious, and I think it can be done. I really think it can be done. We actually have we'll get some like a little, like a section of land somewhere with lots and lots of beautiful nature, ocean, water, plants, trees, very, very nature oriented, and we'll have accommodation, some kind of dwelling, some kind of property there. It's not going to be in Bali or anything, but it'll be fun, and it'll probably be more affordable than your average yoga retreat. Okay, so that's the whole idea. Yeah, drum circles, of course, fertility, drum circles too. Why not? So there you go. I just wanted to give you a heads up. So that's where we're heading. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens because this has never been done before in Tarot Illumination. As you know, with Tarot Illumination, we used to do all these raffles. We used to do raffles for private readings. We did a whole ton of them, and they were so much fun, but we discovered it's illegal. Who knew? Apparently, it's illegal for an unregistered, like, government bodies to hold major raffles. You know, this is just a tiny raffle, but the ticketing company would not allow us to do the raffles, so we had to stop. It was very sad for Tarot Illumination because it was a lot of fun, and we made a bit of money here for doing that. It was really wonderful. Anyway, all right. I'm going to start pulling some names, people. Yeah. All right. Well, where's my other list? Hold on, stay there. All right. Okay, people. We got a bunch of people logged in tonight. And we got some questions. I don't know how many we'll get done here tonight, but just for kicks, who here tonight has the moon in Sagittarius? You're born with the moon in Sagittarius. Anybody here? Anybody here? Anybody here tonight? Moon in Sagittarius. I'm watching the screen right now. I'm watching the screen. You don't have to be an astrology whiz, but it just happens. Light flower. There you go. See? Light flower. In fact, I didn't even get your name here earlier. Light flower, moon in Sagittarius. There you go. Let's put you over here. Well, sorry, Sharon. Looks like light flower got there first. That's what it looks like to me on the screen here. You can check. You can scroll back the screen, I think. Light flower. So we're going to put you up there. You're going to get a freebie. No, it's actually very, very hard. Believe me, I've done so much. I do a lot of work behind the scenes here at Tarot Illumination to try to figure out ways to stabilize the channel with the finances, because it's extremely unstable, like with the private readings and the ad revenue and the super chat and stuff. I mean, it's great when it works, but it's rough when it doesn't work. And the raffles were tremendously good fun. YouTube also is trying to do a thing where they can do YouTube merchandise through the channel, but there are serious restrictions. You have to have like 100,000 subscribers. Also, YouTube is offering, I mean, I don't want to spoil the fun, but YouTube is also just launched a couple of weeks ago a sponsorship program for regular channels like Tarot Illumination. But the problem is you have to have 100,000 subscribers minimum, okay? We're not even close. We're not even a fractional close. Well, maybe 12, 13% or something. So we don't qualify. So that's why we're going with Patreon. The thing is, with the Patreon sponsorship, it's independent. We can start where we are right now. And right now we're looking at we're looking at middle or end of September for the launch, probably on the Virgo new moon or something, okay? And we can start. And also, it'll be much cheaper to go through Patreon, because with the YouTube sponsorship, it's at least double or triple this, because YouTube and Google are trying to make money off the sponsorship. Of course, I don't blame them, okay? I would, but to make it more affordable for you guys, we can start with Patreon. And when it works and picks up momentum, we can just stick with Patreon. We don't have to worry about having 100,000 subscribers. We just freaking go for it. All right? So there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the reason you're about inclusive like family is because I don't have a lot of family. In theory, I know I have a bunch of relatives somewhere, but I never see them. Terra Illumination is very much, I don't know, everybody's different. I do have relatives. So I just want to make a note here before I forget. Light flower. Light flower. You're getting reading because you just happen to have moon in Sagittarius. I hope I got that right. I hope I didn't misread the charts or the screens here or anything, but this is what I saw on the screen. Light flower was the name that came up for the moon in Sagittarius. So we're going to put light flower in there with the readings, okay? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, evolution fairy on your own. Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? How we're in a planet with 7.5 billion people and we can be so alone. Isn't that freaky? Freaky. Emma Ricardo from the UK. All right, Emma, welcome. All right, Emma, how's it going? So, Emma. I used to live in England for quite a few years. And you'd never know because I have an American accent now. But if we were hanging out together and we were having a nice pub lunch somewhere, I bet I would talk just like the Queen of England, or just like James Bond, or just like whoever your favorite British star might be. Okay? Let me have a look. I forgot your Emma Ricardo. Emma Ricardo. Another newbie. Interesting. Wow. We got a bunch of newbies here tonight. Interesting. Yeah, yes. Yeah. You visited Essex. Jolly old Essex. Yes. I like to watch Netflix, people. Some of you might be aware of that already. That's how I relax. Every evening I watch about half an hour or maybe an hour of Netflix, if I can do it, 5 nights a week. That's kind of my little thing. And I have a little glass of wine. And some of the shows I like are things like Escape to the Country. It's all about going around these little English country villages and looking at these little homes and big castles and everything. And who's got the best castle in England? And I just love that stuff. It's fantastic. Yeah. There's not so many castles in America. There's a lot of money here in modern houses. But the thing is with England, I tell you, if you guys go to England, it's just like every single county has a collection of castles. Castles are everywhere. I mean, it's just like common, like big mansions, big castles. And that's how it used to be. Yeah. So anyway, enough about England. Thank you so much, Emma. Thank you for being here. So let's get on with the show, people. Let's get on with the show. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's leave it at that for now. I'm going to put this stuff over here, and we are going to do a group reading. Somebody started that idea a while ago, and it seems to work. Everybody seems to like it, so let's do it. All right? All right, let's do this. All right, I'm making room. I'm getting ready, everybody, so you can get ready to just hang out, chill out. This is the time of night. This is the time of night where you can just hang out with each other, because Terra Illumination kind of goes into a trancey thing here, and we do a reading just like it's on the channel, okay? Like it's already been recorded. So there you go. There's all sorts of things on the British. Some of those British things. Oh, what's the thing I'm watching right now? There's this girl, she's a cello player, and she's digging into her past. and she has to drive from London into the woolly wild countryside over in Wales to meet all these people in a village who are creeped out because they thought she died years ago, but she's come back alive. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. Yeah. A nice maze. Oh, I talk about mazes. I love talking about mazes. I often think of the Eight of Swords as a maze. All right, here we go, people. Here we go. This is for everybody, all right? All right, here we go. So, Evolution Fairy, have you ever been attacked by a white swan? I have. In England. Thank you very much. Freaking scary beast monster if they want to be. I tell you, people, do not go up to a swan and try to pet the swan. Do not try to pet a swan, okay? Especially if there's babies around. Oh my God. God. Yeah, seriously scary, people. All right, here we go. Now, keep in mind, folks, this is for everybody. And think of it as like we're all here. Okay, we're just here tonight. It's a small crowd, and that's fun. It just makes it nice and cozy. So just hang out with your buddies, make friends, exchange readings, do whatever you guys do. And then we're just going to do this reading, and Tarot Illumination is going to interpret it from the perspective of the Tarot Illumination Love Tribe in the most loving way we can, okay? Stay there a second. All right. All right, we need total privacy here. Pets, animals, and my dearest. We're just concentrating here right now. Please, everybody, if you have a good, strong relationship with your invisible friends, please invite them to the show. It makes it more interesting. Tarot Illumination is working with a team. We have a team of angels here. Thank you very much. Yes, we do. And interns included. There's a large collection of what I think of as male and female angels. You can call them angelic beings, spirit guides, loved ones from beyond, whatever you think of it. But also the interns, okay? Interns are something I only learned about in the last 5 years, but it's very real, okay? The thing is, you would never know it's happening because you're not supposed to know it's happening. But that's how they learn. They're like apprenticeship to become like full-on operational angels, okay? So there you go. Sugar, you live in the Caribbean. Whoa, wow. Hey, didn't you just get pummeled by a lot of hurricanes or something? Anyway, here we go, folks. Please, please, please invite your angels. Bless this reading. Bless this deck. Bless you people here tonight, you lovely love tribers. Bless yourselves too while you're at it. Sprinkle yourselves with holy Tarot Illumination water. There you go. No spitting allowed. All right, there we go. Okay, here's heart energy at the very core, very heart of us. The heart needs what it needs. It wants what it wants, knows what it needs, and it's hoping that we, our conscious selves, are listening so that we can get as close in alignment with heart energy as possible. We have all the other chakras and everything, like that's wonderful and everything, but if your heart energy is out of alignment, then the rest of it kind of doesn't matter. You could be the most amazing rocket scientist in the world and do an hour and a half of yoga every morning. But if you don't have this sorted out, it doesn't matter. Okay? Over here, what are we bringing in with us? Think of this as legacy, baggage, history, maybe all the stresses from the last couple of months with the eclipses. You know, with the eclipses, it's very, very choppy. Whatever is yours is coming to you. Whatever is not yours is being taken away. Please, dear heaven, bring me that which is mine. Please, dear heaven, take away that which is not mine. That's the way to handle it. Instead of fighting it, it's better to just say, bring it on. Just bring it on, and I'll figure out how to deal with it, okay? So I hope you guys are dealing with it as best you can. It's been very bumpy, I know. Very, very choppy, very bumpy, especially for the fixed signs, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpios. Yow, yowza. Over here, the ever-present now. This is where we own our power. This is often the place where it's hardest to be, because a lot of us would prefer to just rest on our comforts that we know and project from there into the future. Anything to avoid the now, because the now can be very, very cluttered up with unresolved stuff that we just simply bury under the spiritual carpet. However, if you have the guts, the strength, and the courage to be fully present, to be very grounded, present, conscious in here, this is where your power really lies. And your power is activated through the healing power of your decisions, okay? So the question is, what is the context? What is the energy field of your decisions here to love thyself? Ultimately, we've got to get this working as best as possible. So how do we do that effectively? So this becomes a process. So you're like literally learning how to surf, like boom, 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 boom. So this works as best as possible. How do you make these decisions from your place of power most effectively to love thyself in the way that works for you? Because what works for you is what's best for your loved ones, which is what's best for your world around you, which is best for the whole freaking planet. Okay, over here, this would be the energy of consequence, on the understanding that you are now an active participant in your own evolution, especially having been pummeled and pounded through these eclipses. What does this look like? Over here, what does this look like? This would be the energy of what if we mess up? What if we are deliberately running away or avoiding the now, trying to pretend everything's great when it isn't, avoiding what needs to be healed, refusing to reveal it, to heal it, anything like that? What does that look like? But what does it look like when we're in the zone? Same energy, inverted. Interesting. Okay, over here, what about momentum going into the next beat? Because you want to set it up so that it flows like a very, very rich, fluid, flowing energy that your heart loves the best, like a really good pulse, okay? Over here, circumstantial energy. We're going to look at it right now. That's just what's out there, and we're going to deal with it. So we have death card here. So this, my feeling, is probably something to do with Jupiter in Scorpio, kind of grinding backwards, retrograding right now, right in the middle there. I think it's at roughly, hold on, it's, yeah, okay. So like Jupiter in Scorpio right now, let me go to that little chart here. Hold on, wait a minute, where is it? Okay, so Jupiter is actually direct right now, which is kind of nice, kind of handy. But we're talking about Jupiter in Scorpio, okay? Jupiter in Scorpio, and that's direct right now, okay? So my feeling is that this energy is taking advantage of all the retrogrades. This is very hard for us to deal with right now. And then you layer the eclipses on top of that, it's even tougher. So it's like really, really extreme pressures on all of us, some way, shape, form, or other, and we are enduring. Well, my feeling is that with this little card here, this is just a reminder. Please, everybody, do not forget how lucky you are just to be alive, to live through this experience. Because as challenging as all this stuff is, it's actually very beneficial for our spiritual growth and health and healing and evolution. It's kind of inconvenient that we grow through our challenges, but that's kind of how it is. And I feel here with the death card, it's just a loud message, like we are supposed to be going through deep transformational soul healing right now, where we are supposed to be living through the experience of having everything that is not ours be eclipsed away from us, and everything that is ours being eclipsed into our lives. However uncomfortable that is, however beautiful that is, that's what's happening. Okay? So my feeling is to take full advantage of this, okay? Let's have a look. What about here at the core heart energy? Okay, so I'm feeling like with the Three of Wands here, because we've actually just lived through the eclipses and we're starting to get a glimpse now of where things are heading for the next 6 months, because we just finished the eclipse cycles here for this year, and we're going to jump back in again early next year, 2019. And so my feeling here with the Three of Wands is that our heart is already starting to align itself to get like in the groove, make the best of what's just happened, to get through the next 6 months, okay? So that the next round of eclipse is happening. And the heart is saying, I see it, I see it, I see it, I already get it. I'm already looking ahead to the new horizons, and I can already start to see indicators of where we're headed, where we're going, what's going to happen, and how we're going to do it, okay? So that's good. So I am your heart. I want you to know that, understand that, and nourish me, feed me, honor me, believe me, and trust me that this is what's happening. Don't be scared. Okay, don't be scared. That's what your heart is saying. In other words, allow the goodness to happen. Allow the good stuff, the transformational healing come to you. Allow whatever is not yours to die off and move away, and bless it. Bless it in its loss, in its departure. What are we bringing in with us over here? Okay, well, with the Three of Swords, we might be coming in with a lot of damage, a lot of pain, knowing that we've come through basically each one of us our own version of hell, some way, somehow or other, where we are realizing how we have betrayed others, how others have betrayed ourselves, and how we have suffered accordingly, and how others have suffered because of us. But it is a group energy here, and so it is a shared experience. So my feeling is like with an Aquarian type of feel, not to take it too personally, you know? So it might feel very personal because the sun is still here in Leo, and the Leo is like to me, it's a very personal sign. It takes it in a very, very, takes things in a very personal way. So my feeling here is like we're coming in beat up. All of us here are really beat up, and we are aware of it. And there's no shame in this. It's all, we've got our own version of the red light flashing, you know? Just imagine it's just like we can sit around and compare. Imagine we are here with the world famous Tarot Lumination Love Tribe, and it's okay for you to share your sob story with the person next to you. And it's okay for the person next to you to share their sob story with the person next to them. And do that and do that. I think it's all about the revealing for the healing. I think this is a really, really important card here. And it's all about us getting into the whole concept of being comfortable with revealing it to heal it, okay? And we're doing it. That's what I feel is happening here. Which is actually, as scary as this looks, it's actually like a good thing to do, to reveal it, to heal it, especially if you want to do it in a group setting. Then you realize you're not alone. Like Fritelli with back pain, or someone who has like multiple sclerosis or something, or somebody might have liver disease or lung damage or depression or mental health issues or serious financial problems or broken family situations or messed up children or messed up parents, whatever it is that's painful for you, whatever is being like brought into your lives, like eclipsed into your lives, the new thing going forward that needs to be revealed to heal it. That's what's happening. Let's have a look. What about now? Let's admit it. It's been a lot. It's been a lot of pressure. Okay, just admit it. Let's admit it. Right now, it's almost like we can give ourselves permission to admit that we're all kind of like beat up, you know, like bumper cars or like those demolition derbies. Have you guys ever been to a demolition derby where the whole neighborhood or a whole city gets involved and all the people with the crappiest cars, you know, they line up on the demolition derby track and they take their cars and the cars are so beat up, it doesn't matter. They're going to get crushed and destroyed anyway. And you just have a lot of fun just crashing around in the mud and the dirt. So that's what I feel is happening here. It's just like right now, this is all of us just saying, you know what? We've all been pounded and beaten up. We're right at the limits of our capacities, but that does not mean the end. In fact, we're going to do something cool and fun and useful here. We're going to all admit we've all been living through our own demolition derby, and we're going to have fun with it. We're not going to walk around miserable and depressed. We might be miserable, depressed, but you know, you can, you know, it's like a way of letting off steam, you know, where you decide, you realize, you know, things just get worn out. Our bodies get worn out, our attitudes, our relationships, our families. You might as well enjoy it and turn it into a celebration. That's why they call it a demolition derby. That's what I feel is happening here. We're all realizing we're all beat up. All of us around the campfire tonight are beat up in our own way, and we're just looking a way to have fun with it. So we don't drown in our misery. We actually rise up. We admit we're beat up, covered in duct tape and painkillers and whatever it is we have to do, and we're dealing with it, okay? So in that context, let's have a look at our healing energy dynamics. Okay, my feeling here is that, again, this is more about giving up to the realities that's happening right now, basically accepting that as an individual or even as a group, we can't fight this. In fact, the worst thing you could do is fight this type of energy. The very worst thing you could do is try to pretend this is not happening. And so, in contrast, the best thing you can do is accept it all as like a really divinely ordained moment in time, like a fated moment in time, a very extreme fated moment in time. And it's not going to go away immediately. The eclipse energies are going to be with us for months, okay? Just get used to that now. And so please understand, I don't have an astro doodle here, and I'm not going to bother right now, but please understand, like with those eclipses, let's say that's the Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo axes here, which have been very, very active lately in the fixed signs. It's still active right now. And instead of being scared about all this and running away, instead we just accept it as our facts, our realities, and we dive into it. We say, you know what? We're all messed up. We're all flawed. We're all kind of screwed up in our own ways. You know what? Let's just have fun. I'll tell you my story. You tell me your story. I'll see if I can help you. You see if you can help me. Okay? Thank you very much. And you treat it as a golden opportunity to dive into the unknown and allow the so-called fates to push you on the understanding that this is good for you. This is good for us. Okay? So how do you do this effectively without losing your courage? Okay, you understand that you are guided and protected. You understand that you are literally being divinely guided, divinely protected in this process. As scary as it can seem, as scary and frightening as it can be to go through the process of having to reveal it, to heal it, what can happen is that, like, when you share this stuff, instead of bottling up your pain and your suffering, you realize, oh my God, I'm as screwed up as you. Whoa, that's so cool. What is your issue, dear sir, dear madam? Oh, I get it. Wow. Well, I went through something like that 5 years ago. Here's what I did, and so on and so on. And you realize, oh my God, we are divinely guided. We are divinely protected. We are guided. We are protected. We are guided. We are protected. That's what this is. Okay? That's what this is. Get it? It's the same thing. So that's what you do. The how of how you do this is to understand that this is exactly as it's supposed to be. Everything right now, in terms of what you call fate, is exactly the way it's supposed to be. And it can't be any other way. So there's no point in trying to fight it. You might as well just accept it and understand it from the really big, broad spectrum perspective that we are guided, we are protected. Okay? And in so doing, consequences occur. It's a group consequence as opposed to the individual, but it is consequence. We understand, like, this is actually a method, this is a process for coming into our individuation, for the individuation of ourselves as individuals in the context of the group. Does that make sense? In other words, we all have certain common themes. We're humans. We're on Terra Illumination Love Tribe tonight. Most of us are speaking English here tonight, but there's also sorts of variations out there. But what I'm sensing here is that the value of what we're doing here, the way we're doing it, is that we get to be more and more ourselves as individuals by participating in a group environment like this. It's very, very nutritious for us as individuals. It's almost like we act as fertilizer to each other in some way. Like Terra Illumination has certain nutrients, ingredients that you don't have. And you've got certain ingredients and nutrition elements that Terra Illumination doesn't have. But you mix it all together and it becomes delicious. It turns into like a better you. You become a better you. Terra Illumination becomes a better Terra Illumination. Terra Illumination grows and prospers and thrives and becomes more and more Terra Illumination. And you guys become more and more and more of the unique individuals that you are. In the Aquarian energy here that we're talking about here, it's you are totally allowed to be your own unique individual self in the context of the group setting. We've been dealing with those issues a lot anyway, with the Leo Aquarius eclipse axes anyway. So I thought that's why I would emphasize that a little bit here. What happens if we mess up? What happens if we think we can rise above this? If we think that we are above it all and we are not impacted by these things, and in our own arrogance and supremacy, we think we can just pound our way through according to our will. Okay? What happens is, my feeling is that you destroy the value, you destroy the wealth, you destroy the community, you destroy the group, you destroy the family. When you surrender and accept what's happening for exactly what it is and not take it personally, there's no shame in being flawed. There's no shame in being human. There's no shame in understanding that we're all flawed in some way or another. And we accept that it benefits us to have divine guidance and protection, that we share that with each other. Then we build the wealth. We build the wealth of the family. It's literally like we actually, create a thriving entity. It's like it becomes more and more real. This thing becomes more and more real. You become more and more real. Terra Illumination has a chance, literally, to become wealthy. I mean, I'm getting this is all about me now, Terra Illumination, like the channel, Terra Illumination, the person behind the channel, so to speak. The group thing is very, very nutritious for Terra Illumination. For example, those sponsorship things that we were talking about. This is very, very good for Terra Illumination, because then Terra Illumination becomes, let's say, more empowered, more resourceful in being able to be there for you guys, essentially providing a platform, providing the sense of like place, substance, home, family for this, okay? Let's have a look. What kind of momentum are we talking about? Okay, and it's also on the understanding that this is actually very hard to do. My feeling here is that, dear Terra Illumination Love Tribe members, we are very much way on the tippy cutting edge of the pioneering edge of the age of Aquarius, when Pluto goes into Aquarius in 2024. That's what I think this little card is talking about. I think this is the Two of Pentacles saying we need to be very patient, very calm, very, very balanced, very understanding of ourselves and each other, that we are literally creating a new reality as we speak here. There are, on a global scale, I'm sure there are thousands of, musicians and pop stars and channels that have sponsors and things. But what we're doing here is really way out on the tippy edge, way out on the fringes of what can be done on the internet and with like group settings, group energy with people and the planet. But it's actually working. It's actually working here. With all these pentacles, this is an indication of actual physical reality working. Yes, it's hard. It's very, very hard for Terra Illumination to do Terra Illumination. It takes a huge amount of work and resources, and it needs to be balanced out. but it's working. It's working because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but you've been very, very consistent, very, very consistent, very, very loving, very, very caring, very supportive of yourselves and each other. And I know a lot of you have made friends with each other by being here, which I think is fantastic. So it's like we're creating satellites. It's not just Terra Lumination. It's Terra Lumination like a little, like satellites. So there is no exact core center. Yes, you could say Terra Lumination is like a little brand or something like that, but it's really all about you guys, the satellites that are out there, okay? And it's hard to do. It's very hard to do that. It's very hard to sustain that for the long term because it's very, very susceptible just to the slightest upsets in equilibrium in terms of our own like emotional confidence, sense of belief and trust that this can actually happen, that we can actually, you know, offer healing to each other in this very, very bizarre way, that we can actually enjoy the healing power of love in this very bizarre, unique, and beautiful setting. But it seems to work. So, you know, let's run with that. So I'm just going to leave that here for observation purposes, and I'm going to take a little beverage. I need a break, people. I'm going to have, we're going to put a little song on. We're going to put on a fighting song, okay? A courageous song. Stay there. Okay, everybody, I'm serious. Grab somebody, grab somebody, grab somebody, shake it all off, shake off all the stresses, grab somebody and start jumping. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. My immune system's fighting well. Oh, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Pinkie pie. Pinkie pie. Pinkie pie. Pinkie pie. My T cells are fighting well. Oh, 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 Gabby girl's here. Dancing Gabby. Gabby girl, I didn't get you earlier. Jackie Sean, hello. I'm gonna play the song again, people, because I need to get some refreshments. Very, very thirsty. Okay, so take a break, keep dancing, peoples. Change partners. Everybody change partners. Everybody change partners. All right, enough of that crazy lunatic dancing stuff. Crazy dancing people. I'm glad some of you enjoyed the dance music there. Hopefully, well, not hopefully, but eventually, it just seems to take a very long time here at Tarot Illumination. We work with very, that's thing is we work, we're very thrifty here, very frugal, and with resources and time and energy and things like that. And you already know 6 months ago, or 5 months ago, well, 4 months ago, Tarot Illumination got hold of a full-on recording studio, thanks to donations and earnings from the channel. The thing is, Tarot Illumination needs to learn how to work that thing. So it's going to take a while, but eventually you're going to have recordings to, let's say, a more professional sound, okay? And you're going to hear something about that in a minute. But for now, I want to get a reading for Melanie. All right, Melanie, I hope you're ready here. So we're going to get back into where we are. Here we are now tonight, people. It is Tarot Lumination, Sunday Night Live, of course, with the famous Tarot Lumination Love Tribe, which happens to be you. And we're going for a reading, okay? So you're up, Melanie. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, cards were well shuffled in advance. You are a witness. Okay, here we go, Melanie. This is it. Let's make this very decent. As you know, I'm very, very picky. I don't mind if things are fuzzy on the edges, but I'm still picky. Bless these cards. Bless this reading. Bless you, Melanie. Thank you for being here. Please tell all your friends and family to become members of the Tarot Lumination Love Tribe. And the more, the merrier, okay? So here's the situation. Here's the challenge, and here's how we're going to handle it, and what's the weather like, okay? Circumstantial energy that's around you, Melanie, not necessarily your energy, maybe a reflection, but more like what you would perceive as out there. And of course, you're going to make the best of it. So you have the Queen of Cups. My feeling here is, Melanie, that whether you know it or like it or not, you might have an awful lot more love to offer than you know. You might have a lot more love flowing through you than you know. Nothing wrong with that. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. But the question is, what do you do with that? If you are learning from your circumstances, looking around you, that you have certain gifts that you could equate with the healing power of love, that's a good thing. The question is, what do you do with that? Sometimes people, when they come to these kind of situations here, like Tarot Lumination, this channel here, people get very, very puzzled because they realize they have these very, very powerful energies flowing through them, but they're very different to what they're used to. Like if you've got a day job as an accountant or something, or you're a college student, and you suddenly realize you're seeing things, hearing things, feeling things, and you're getting disoriented, does that mean you're going insane? Or does it mean you are tuning into higher frequencies, but you're not aware of it? That kind of thing. That's what I'm talking about here, Melanie. So let's have a look. What's going on? What's the situation? Okay. Again, wondering what to do with yourself. What is maybe the situation is like, maybe you're realizing that there are a lot of changes happening in your life, in your world right now, that you do have gifts and talents, and that you are, let's say, worthy, you are deserving, you are open to receive your talents, you're ready, willing, and able to receive your talents, but you're also worthy, deserving, open, ready, willing, and able to share and give your talents, offer your talents as an instrument, like being an instrument of love and healing, okay? So the question is, the situation is, oh my gosh, really? Oh, wow. I never thought about it in words just like that, but maybe that's what this is about. Maybe you are already aware that you are like feeling something like this, seeking something like this. Maybe you are seeking to be like more in tune with yourself, where, let's say, if there is if you are an employee somewhere, or if you're coming out of college, or you're retiring, or whatever it is, and you're figuring out, well, what am I supposed to do with all my talents and gifts now, especially when I know I'm being given evidence from my life and my world around me, from the people and circumstances and events and the eclipses, that I do have a lot to offer. Situation is, what am I going to do with that? How do I do that? What's the challenge? Let's have a look here. Wow, more pentacles here, ace. This wouldn't be here unless you deserved it. The thing is, it's in a very challenging position with the ace of pentacles here. My feeling is that you might be very, very scared of the new opportunities that are opening up for you, the new doorways that are opening up for you. If these eclipses have really kind of blown your world apart, Melanie, where you're starting to see, well, there is life before the eclipses, there is life after the eclipses, and it's kind of shaking you up in your world, exposing your innocence, exposing your lack of preparation, your lack of awareness about the other side of the eclipses, so to speak. That could be very scary. It could be so scary that it's almost like you're deliberately walking away from your opportunities, golden opportunities, real life physical opportunities in this world, which of course would be very, very tragic. So in other words, it's like facing tremendous opportunity, chances to grow and evolve and see new horizons, new starts again for you, but being so scared of that you just like turn around and walk the other way. Oh dear. How many of us do that on a regular basis? So how do you deal with this? Okay. Well, you don't have to be shy. Okay. With more pentacles here. Look, Melanie, it's a lot to do with pentacles. So it's probably something to do with your talents, your gifts, your resources, your value, your values, money or lack of money, resources from other people, your resources as they are valued by other people, and so on. So my feeling is to let's just chillax here a little bit. Okay, Melanie? Let's just say that it's okay. What's happening right now is perfectly natural, perfectly normal, and you're just going through your own version of your own spiritual health, healing, and growth and evolution. Okay? And it's okay to do that in a team environment. It's okay to understand that you are in some ways an apprentice, in some ways an intern, and you don't have to be an expert all at once. You don't have to go from where you were in a state of, let's say, naivety or innocence or unpreparedness, and then suddenly shoot up like a rocket to your maximum potential all in one moment in time. No, this is an indication to take a long-term approach, understand that you're going to need help and others are going to need your help. And it becomes like a reciprocal process here. In other words, by deliberately facing your fears about your new growth and opportunities and jumping into it and realizing that it is going to be a long-term thing where you can get this energy to flow properly, then it's not so bad because everyone else has to do the same thing. Like you can be a teacher to them, they can be a teacher to you, and vice versa. And you can learn as you go along. It's kind of like learning on the job, okay? So I hope this helps, Melanie. I hope I didn't scare you. I hope this made sense in some way. Thank you so much for coming to the show. We're going to move on now. All righty. All right, thanks, Melanie. Thank you so much. Next up, we're going to have Light Flower. Oh, no, Precious. We're going to have Precious next. Precious is next. All right, Precious, you're up. Precious is up. I don't know about you guys, but I can feel it tonight. I'm very mellow here. I'm just sort of like ticking along at a very gentle pace, very gentle energy. I have to take a lot of aspirin today, which can make me feel a little bit listless. So I hope you guys forgive me. A lot of times I'm much more like alive and vibrant, and but we're still here, We're still here. All right, refreshments. Here we go. All right, that helped a little bit. So, Precious, what's going on? You know what happens. Oh, I just saw a new one. Lisa Marie. I didn't think I got you earlier, did I? I'm pretty sure I did not. I checked in a bunch of you guys, but I don't think I checked in Lisa Marie. Oh, yeah, I got Lisa. No, I didn't, did I? No, I didn't. I'm sorry, Lisa. I got you now, though. Don't you worry. Hi, Lisa Marie. Hi, Lisa Marie. There you go. All right, here we go. Precious, I think you're up in Canada, aren't you? Central Canada near the oil fields, something like that, if I recall. It's been a long time since we chatted. Bridget Asha. Okay, got it. Thank you, Bridget. I just saw that. Gotcha. I got you now. I got you. It's very hard because the screen is way over there and the stage is here, and my neck gets very sore if I try to watch this while I'm doing this. So mostly the show is over here, and I catch what I can from the screens, which are over there and there. I hope that makes sense. Well, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it, okay? I hope you understand. Thank you, Brigitte. Yeah. FB. Wait a minute. I didn't get FB. I didn't get FB. Wait a minute. I just saw FB on the screen. Well, you people up in Canada, greetings. Thank you. I think you're just getting a cold spell coming in, like a cold front just moved in. Didn't you guys? So it'll cool down a bit. FB. I got you. FB. There you are. FB is here. Yeah. Hi, FB. Greetings. Good evening. All right. So, Precious, cards are shuffled. We're just going to go for it, okay? A nice, gentle, even split. Please bring in your guardian angels. Bring in your invisible friends. We might as well make this a group effort. If I recall, you have your hands full, Precious, with the kids, and you need all the support that you can get. So you might as well do that. And in fact, if I recall, you're also pretty psychic or good with cards yourself, which is pretty cool. But I know what it's like. Sometimes you need perspective outside of you. So obviously you come to Tarot Illumination. Of course. Thank you. Cards are cut. Here we go. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. Okay, Precious? So hang in tight. Over here, Ace of Wands. Wow. Okay, well, I think this is very much to do with the eclipses. As bouncy and as scary and full of upheaval that these eclipses might have been, in terms of like perhaps losing people out of your life, gaining people out of your life, situations, opportunities, chances to start fresh, doing what you want, being with who you want, how you want, maybe having the chance for some serious new excitement. My feeling here is that you are surrounded by the opportunity. I don't know whether that means anything's going to happen, because it's up to you to grab the opportunity. Okay, Precious? But it looks like, you know, this card wouldn't be here unless you earn it. So my feeling is that right now, whether you know it or like it or not, there is some kind of opportunity out there for you that can at least give you a sense of hope and excitement for the next chapter of your life. Whatever that is, a person, a thought, an attitude, new money, new relationships, new activities, whatever it is, something new passion, something passionate for you. Whatever that is, it's out there. So if you can't see it right now, double check, okay? So what's the situation? Okay, happiness, your individual happiness. Maybe this is in question here. Maybe the situation is all about your own personal happiness. Like, when am I going to get my happiness? When is my opportunity for my own excitement and thrill going to happen? What about me? What about me? what about me right now? Like, because sometimes we can be so immersed in our challenges, like on a three-dimensional level, moment by moment, day to day, chore by chore, task by task, just to get through the day, that all of this just like seems to slip by to the point like, well, where is it? So if this is out there, the energy of opportunity, but you can't see it or feel it or taste it or touch it, that's a problem. That would put you in a position of questioning the energy of happiness. Does happiness even exist? You know, what about my happiness? Like, forget everyone else's, forget yours, forget the group, forget Terra Illumination Love Tribe. What about me? What about me right now? What about my happiness right now for me? What about me having a chance for my own wish to come true for once and for all? How about that? Okay, so what's the challenge? Okay, to me, it's the question. It's almost like the challenge. To me, it feels like the challenge here is like to do it like a fight with your own self, because if I recall, you have a very, very compassionate nature, and it's just like if you're very strong of heart, of soul, it can be very, very easy for people to take advantage of that, where they automatically dump all their stuff on you. They don't even know they're doing it, and you don't even know it's happening, but it's happening. So the pressure builds up, the pressure builds up, the pressure builds up, and that squeezes out farther and farther and farther away the chance for you to be happy, to have your own happiness, and for good things to happen to you when they're supposed to happen to you. And the challenge is, it's not like there's anything wrong with the universe or the planets or anything. It's a question of inside of you finding the courage to say no, finding the courage to use the healing power of no, to go to the extremes and say, if you have to, I'm going to use the healing power of F you, and F this and F that and F that, because I don't need that anymore. I don't want it anymore. It's not part of my life. I don't deserve it. I don't need it. It's time for you guys to take care of your own messes and so on, because I want what's good for me, okay? But that's the challenge, okay? Precious, the challenge is whether you are aware that you have the right to do this, whether you have whether you're aware that you don't have to apologize for doing this. You don't have to feel ashamed of using the healing power of no. In fact, it's one of the most powerful healing tools in the world, is to say no. Says to something or situation that is not healthy for you, even though it might be very beneficial for someone else. A lot of us are born to be very accommodating, friendly, compassionate, mutually compassionate. But if we keep on taking on everyone else's doo-doo, then eventually we come to a point where it turns into bitterness, resentment, chaos, confusion, anger, the desire for revenge, retribution, and balancing. And that cannot happen unless you're willing to say no in the big way, big effing no. And that's the challenge here. So how do you face that challenge? Okay, you come back into your power. It's almost like grab onto your girl power. Like, I'm serious, Precious. Like, someone here tonight really needs to get a grip with Precious. I feel like I'm almost interfering here in some way, Precious, but I feel we need kind of what I would think of as a Terra Illumination Love Tribe intervention. I think it's important here for one of you people out there who feels, if you feel any empathy or understanding of what this reading just said and how it relates to Precious, if you can understand that energy and you know how to get out of it, and because you've already been through it and you know how to turn on the healing power of no without apologies, if you could please hook up with Precious and, do a bit of bonding there to figure that out and how to do it, and get Precious back into her girl power, get you back into glory, into your sense of dignity and self-respect and command and control of life without apologies, okay? Please, 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 please take advantage of Terra Illumination Love Tribe. Please take advantage of this show and for being here, Precious. And I'm asking for someone here tonight who has that gift of being able to understand this in the context of Precious. Please extend yourself to Precious, and please, Precious, accept the gift, accept the opportunity that comes to you. And if anyone else out there can help Precious in this matter, please do so. Okay? That's what I'm asking. Okay, I'm going to put this away and we're going to hang out. Okay? I need another break, people. I need another break. Please excuse me. Okay. Mona. Hey, I just saw Mona show up. Hey, Mona. Good morning. You're in Sweden, correct? Mona. Hi, Mona. Thanks. Welcome to the show. Thanks for showing up. So I'm taking a little break. This is a girl power song, okay? When things get really crappy. Okay. Oh, okay. Hold on. I misspelled it. Hold on. All right. So everybody, probably best thing to do is just jump around right now, grab each other, and go for it, okay?
It was one of those days when everything goes wrong. My hair fell out, my heel broke off, I slept through my alarm. I missed the bus to night school, my stalker walked me home. I sprayed his face with mace and then he left me all alone. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. A lot of my relationships, they end up in the ditch. So I'm getting counseling for being another drug witch. The doctor's pills he gave me, they make me trip and fall. So if you are the man you say you are, you let me fall apart. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Fractions and manicures and break my nuts solutions against the backs of fancy racks of empty substitutions. What I really need is the man who throws me over his shoulder, takes me naked in the ocean, let me wake up. I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Getting tattoos on my ass and up and down my arms could get me into trouble, leaving me rejected. Then again, pretending I'm so pure and acting all too pure. It's no guarantee that I will be accepted. I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. We're gonna dance the stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you.
Oh, hold, stay there. Stay there, don't go away, dancers. Don't go away. Don't go away. We need more exercise, people. Get up, everybody get up. Everybody get up. Forget everything. Forget how important and serious this channel is. We're just gonna have more dancing, okay? Well, well, well. Well, 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 well. There we go. Wow, that was weird. I just took a break. Did you guys manage okay? I noticed that the backstage crew kind of got, they dropped in for a visit tonight. I'm really glad because I had to take a break. It gets very, very challenging here at times, you know, and it's great when the backstage crew show up. But honestly, on Sunday night it's pretty rare because, you know, it's a union crew and they don't have to be here on Sunday night. So it's voluntary. So I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Seriously, I really appreciate you guys for being here tonight. I love my backstage crew. They're the best crew on earth. One of them is a little bit dopey. The other one is a little bit hard-headed and thinks he knows everything. But altogether, they're not bad. They do a decent job. Okay? So let's get back to the show, the real show, people, and go from there, okay? All right, so I hope you're settled. You know what? It's time for a real beverage. It's time for a real beverage. We're going to go for the fermented grape juice now. I hope you don't mind. I hope you're having a lovely evening, people. It's getting late into the show, and as you know, there comes a peak moment after which things start to get all fuzzy and weird and wobbly, and we kind of lose track of time. We lose track of who we are, what we're doing, or why we're doing it, but we're still here. It's Terra Lumination Love Tribe in the essence. This is what happens. Cheers, by the way. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for your amazing donations this evening. It really, really, really helps. The super chat is a very powerful tool. It's a very recent tool, and it's worked very well since the very beginning because we started using it apparently pretty early on. So next up, we have Steve. Steve, I know you're in the house. I just saw your name flash up on the screen there. So welcome to the show yet again. Steve Stanley, this is you. It's your time now. Here it is at Sunday night. 5. Intermission. All right. I'm just going to shuffle the cards a little bit more. They were shuffled a little bit, but they need more. Okay? But please be patient, Steve, and you're going to be up. Oh, Peace Hope. I just saw that. Stay there, Peace Hope. I saw that. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Hey, Peace Hope, if you just got here, when the show's over, maybe next week sometime when you have a few, an hour or so, if you're really totally bored out of your mind, you can watch the action replay because there's some really important stuff at the beginning of the show, okay? You're arriving very late in the show, all right? Okay, so Steve's feeling a bit like a patient at the moment, so that would make sense. So pretend, just imagine Lumination is walking into the room with his white doctor's lab coat, and I've got that rubber hammer, and we're going to use it to bang your kneecaps, okay? Because we want to see what's going on with your reflexes. Steve, you're here. So if you're here on the show tonight, at least you have enough reflexes to get here and stay here and be here and watch and type. So that's pretty cool. So that's a pretty good thing already. And so long as you're a good, loving, caring, honest person and you like sharing the goodness of your light and love, you're welcome to stay and just keep doing that. That's what it's all about here, okay? It's all about like adding, you know? It's like the cumulative effect. It's like the group thing. Think of the Aquarian energy. Let's say we're planning now years in advance for the Pluto and Aquarius ingress in 2024. How about that, Steve? All right, here we go. Let's have a look. All right, let's have a look here. Cards are cut. Please bring your invisible friends to the forefront, Steve. All right. Turn this into a group reading, all right? Just for you. All right. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. What's the weather like? Let's have a look, Steve. 2 of Swords. So, Steve, if you're in a situation where you literally don't know what to do, you're surrounded by energy, circumstances, events, let's say, situations that require decisions, and yet inside of you, the energy of decision making is not really optimal at the moment. It's okay to decide not to decide. Sometimes the best thing to do is make a deliberate decision to decide not to decide. Like with all these eclipses that have happened, with this wall-to-wall retrograde, Mercury flipping right now tonight, more or less, it's probably a very good idea. Like in terms of surfing, for example, this might be one of the situations, times, and circumstances where no matter how compelling, it might be best to just stay out of the water, you know? Sometimes there are rip currents, tidal effects, clashing waves that might be attractive and appealing in some ways, but could actually be very, very hazardous. And just because we want to grow and evolve doesn't mean we always have to be continuously in the waves all the time. Sometimes we need to pull out, rest, recover, recuperate, recalibrate, clean your surfboard, you know, take a break, take a rest, put on some sunscreen, do all of that stuff to get ready to go back in, you know? That's what I'm feeling, okay? So don't take it personally. If you feel it's important for you to decide not to decide right now, then go ahead, decide not to decide. What's the situation? Okay, holding on. Well, it might be a question of power and stability. Maybe you're questioning the foundations of your life right now. Maybe you're in a situation where there's that sense of earthquake that is happening. I don't know if you've seen the Weather Channel. I don't really watch the news or anything, so I have no idea what's going on. I do know that the American the country of America, United States, the president is Trump, but that's all I know. That's all I know anymore. I used to be an avid follower of these things, but I don't care anymore. I'm mostly just interested in raw survival, so I can relate to this. The important thing here, my feeling here is your situation is about taking care of like the foundations of your life and your world in a time where you might feel as though earthquakes are happening. And that doesn't surprise me at all, because with the Mars energy in hard square, it's an out of sign square right now, technically, but it's a hard square in terms of the geometry, the sacred geometry. Mars is in very, very hard square to Uranus right now in the very early degrees. And I think this is very much to do with what's triggering a lot of the earthquakes. You add in the solar Leo energy, we're looking at these big, hard T-squares. And I think that's been putting huge amounts of pressure on the planet in terms of, earthquake energy, fires, floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, ripping up the energy of the planet, which can feel like earthquake. So if you're feeling like at the very foundations of your life, there are some deep rumblings like an earthquake that's going on, and you might want to stabilize that energy. That's understandable, okay? So what is the challenge with this? Okay, whatever the earthquakes are, if it's to do with love or just maybe the stagnation of love, perhaps you're in a situation where, like, let's just say your love life has been blown up, or your love life is being shaken up, or where the ability to receive love, the ability to transmit love, the ability to be a transceiver of the healing power of love is deeply in question here. In other words, you might be in a situation where you have all the best of intentions, you have all the gifts, the talents, the resources, the foundations, the experience, and the time, and the value and the values, but somewhere deep inside there is kind of like some kind of fossilized or very, very deeply rigid, buried kind of part of your nature that is blocking the healing power of love from flowing into and around and through your life and out into the world around you. So that's a serious problem, okay? However you would interpret that, whether that's in terms of a love life or just the loving energy that comes into your world, where you can invite that in, where you can invite the healing power of love to fill your life from up above. And when you own that love, then you can share that. You can be loving and be loved, but it has to be initiated through you first. You have to own it. If you haven't been trained into that, if you haven't been born and raised and nurtured in love, then this has to be learned. And that can be very, very challenging, okay? So how are we going to deal with this challenge, especially if the flow is completely blocked, if the flow of love is fossilized, paralyzed, blocked from flowing? How do we address that? Okay, my feeling here with the Empress, forget the gender. The Empress is a very gorgeous, luscious card, luscious, beautiful energy. My feeling here is to basically, before you make any decisions about what are you going to do about this stuff, it has to start from within you. Eventually, you have to make a decision to decide to love you first and understand your own awesomeness. If you have a long-term habit of being very, very judgmental of the self, or how people have these very highly evolved self-effacing types of humor, where it's been a very powerful, effective tool, and they're always good at mollifying situations, softening the blow of things, where they take the problem onto themselves and they use these kind of self-deprecating humors where it's like, ha, 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 ha. But it's really not funny. My feeling here is to stop that. If you have a habit of undermining yourself, or literally without knowing it, blocking the healing power of love from flowing in your life, and you're wondering, where is it? Why am I starving for all of this stuff? How am I going to get back in the flow? Should I get back in the flow? Do I dare get back in the flow again one day? Well, yes, you do, but it has to start You can't go outside looking for answers. It has to come from within you by looking at the mirror. It's like you have to deliberately like go into the bathroom or somewhere where you have a full-length mirror and start looking at yourself and saying, you know, really, I am actually pretty awesome. In fact, I'm pretty effing gorgeous in my own way. I do have a lot of skills, talents, beauty, luscious resources around me. I am made of this stuff. I am made of love. I am made of beauty. I am made of resources. I am made of my own fertilizer. You can interpret that however you want, but that can be used, you know? We can fertilize ourselves, so to speak. So over here with the Empress card, the way to handle this, if you're fossilized or paralyzed in the heart, which leads to like paralysis and ossification in the body, you know, almost like having arthritis or something, spiritual arthritis or romantic arthritis or something like that, then to me it feels like stop whatever it is that is self-deprecating. Just literally stop and completely flip it around and start saying to yourself, like, you know what, I'm not that bad. I'm really actually quite gorgeous in my own way, you know, and I don't apologize for this anymore. Forget the self-deprecating thoughts, attitudes, behaviors, gestures, mannerisms, you know, because in some ways that's for show. It's important to realize that you do have all this yumminess inside you somewhere, and it is worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy, deserving of the healing power of love. You are, but it needs to happen. It needs to start with you. I mean, all I can do here tonight is like, basically, it sounds awful. It's like I can't really help directly because it's up to you to initiate this. I can say, go and look in the mirror and start changing the conversation that you have about you. Instead, start telling yourself that I am worthy, I am deserving, I am open to receive, I am willing, I am ready, and I'm able, and I'm gorgeous, and I love the good stuff of life. I need the good stuff of life. I am deserving of the good stuff of life. Thank you very much. No apologies. Start doing that, even if it feels weird, and then see what happens, okay? So, Steve, I hope that helps in some ways, okay? Thank you so much for visiting. Thank you so much for donating. Very appreciated. Thanks, Steve. Thank you so, so much. All right. It's getting very late, everybody. It's getting very, very late. Probably going to be a short show tonight. I'll just be honest with you. But we still have another reading. And if I can squeeze another reading in, I will do so. But before we do that, I'd like to play the Lena's Concerto. Okay? So this is a very, very respectful moment in the evening here. I would like everybody to pay attention and imagine you are now in your best evening wear. Gentlemen, in your black tie and tuxedos. Ladies, in your most beautiful, elegant evening dress, okay? And we are now at a concert hall, a beautiful concert hall here at Lumination Sunday Night Live. And we're going to play Lena's version of, here it is, you'll hear it. surrender, I surrender. I surrender, I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. Wow. I just love that. I just love that. No, it's not the end of the show. Not quite yet. I got you. I just saw you, Ray Del Sol. I just saw you come in here. So I put your name on. Okay? It's a very mellow show tonight. I don't know if you noticed. We're having a very mellow show. I think a lot of it is because we're all, you know, like emotionally taxed and wiped out because of all the eclipses. I know, I can tell you for a fact that I am here. I'm kind of on the tippy fringe edges of my abilities, but we're still going, and I would be very upset if I could not do this. So it's much healthier for Tarot Illumination to be here, okay? So we're still going, Ray Del Sol, we're still here. We have another reading here tonight. We've got Light Flower coming up in just a moment. All right, here we go. Yeah. Oh, Karina. Hello, Karina. Did you just show up? Did you just show up? Hi, Karina. Welcome to the show. There you are. There you are. Thank you, Love Driver. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That means a lot. It keeps the channel going, okay? It really does. Those little tiny comments, the appreciation, all the comments that come back to the channel from the monthly reports, it really provides the encouragement and momentum and inspiration to keep the channel going. I really appreciate it. Yes, Lena. Actually, I can't resist, Lena. You know I'm going to play that again tonight. I won't be able to resist. I can't help it because I just love it. I haven't put it up yet on the channel because, Lena, I was waiting for you. I think you said you were going to do a slower version or something, and we're going to put a picture on it. I forgot how to put it on the channel. I have to find a picture, but if you want to, I'll put it on the channel so people can listen to it anyway. If you want to, you can write to me about it. Let me know if that's okay with you, or if you've already got the next recording lined up, then we'll go with that. It's up to you. Oh, hey, Peace Hope. Peace Hope. There's actually nobody in front of you. I didn't pull any more readings for tonight, and it sounds like you're kind of expecting a reading, and it sounds like you're a newbie. So you might be one of those lucky people who just get one of those spontaneous freebies. Typically what happens is a lot of people put money in the super chat and they basically buy themselves a little mini reading, or you call it a donation, and you're basically buying yourself to the front of the line. That's what happened to most of the people here tonight. But we're kind of at the end of the show, so I don't know what's going to happen. So let's have a look. All right, so Light Flower, you're up. This was for you. First of all, I need a sip. Cheers, welcome everybody. The show goes on. The show goes on. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do some shameless self-promotion while we're here. A lot of times in the show and on readings and private readings and in the reports, I use a lot of reference to the healing power of love. Okay? Okay, I don't want to sound all preachy or get too serious here tonight, because mostly tonight in the Sunday night live shows are mostly just about having a lot of fun and hanging out with you guys. But, you know, it's actually pretty serious too, because this is really what Tarot Lumination is about. Okay, I'm going to show this to you. That's Tarot Lumination. And what Tarot Lumination is about, it's about love and healing. The whole energy of the channel is about love and healing. And what we're doing here is we're writing a little book. And it's a little book about the healing power of love, okay? Hey, thank you, Steve. You want me to do a reading for Lena? Oh, I just saw the yellow lights come up on the screen. Hold on, everybody. Okay, okay, I get it. I see what you're doing, Steve. I understand. Hold on. Yeah. Wow, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Lena. Now, Lena, you just got treated to a reading. Okay? So we've got Light Flower and then we've got Lena. So there you go. So be patient. We'll get to you soon, Lena. All right? Angel Cowie. Okay. Well, if your phone's dead, don't worry about it. We'll do another show sometime next week, okay? So for tonight, I just want to let you know, folks. I'm still working on it, all right? It's been extremely painful. It took a few months to write the original draft, but the revisions are taking for freaking ever. It's just a huge amount of work. I had no idea it was going to be so much work. It's a full-on novel. It's about 55,000 words, about 170 pages, and this is the front cover of the book. The front cover is already designed, so you can see how crazy it is over here at Tarot Lumination. I want to show you this to you. This is what the book cover looks like. Okay, and as soon as we can, we're going to publish it and hopefully sell thousands of copies, and that will help Tarot Lumination keep going. And over here, you can see this is the manuscript. This is the latest manuscript, and you can see from all this mess, you can see what it's like. Okay, you can see how crazy it is here. And this is going to take weeks and weeks and weeks, possibly a few more months to finish all this, because it's very, very slow. I'm having to go through every single word, every sentence, every paragraph, and basically rewrite everything. But we're doing it. And what I'm hoping is that this little book will actually become an instrument of love and healing. Does that make sense? The actual book will become an instrument for the healing power of love. Okay? And I thought I'd put that in the show just to get people aware that it exists. It's actually happening. It's just very slow. Yeah, literally, the healing power of love. Love is a force. It's an energy field, just like gravity, just like light, just like the pull of the planets. It's literally there. It's right there. We are swimming in it all the time, all day, every day. So long as we are willing to access it, it's just a question of degree. It's just literally just a question of degree. And it's all by invocation, it's all by invitation, and it's all up to you. Okay? All right, Light Flower, you're up. You know the drill. You've been here plenty of times. And you got the reading tonight because you answered the question first for who has the moon in Sagittarius. So that's you. And why did I ask that? It's because tonight the moon is in Sagittarius here on the west coast of the United States. So there you go. So I thought that would be fun. M. Knox. Wait a minute. M. Knox is here. Good evening, M. Knox. Thank you. It's very late. All right, Light Flower, here we go. Now, Light Flower, like we were doing with everybody else, bring in your invisible friends, okay? Just like gather around, pretend it's like a family reading, and you're at the center, okay? Bring your angels in, okay? It really helps, because that's what we do here, okay? You might not see it or feel it intensely, but it's there. Make the invitation anyway. Ask for your spirit guides. Ask for your invisible friends to join you, okay? Bless this deck. Bless this reading. Bless you, Light Flower. Bless Tarot Illumination. Bless this channel. Bless all the viewers. Bless the Tarot Illumination Love Tribe. Okay? Bless the internet and the computers and the Google and YouTube for doing all this for us. We couldn't do this without them. Okay? Let's be grateful. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. And what's the weather like? Let's have a look, Light Flower. Okay. So, Light Flower, if you're in circumstances, a situation right now where everything is perhaps puzzling or confusing or to the point where you might be scared to move forward, but you're moving forward anyway, but it's with a lot of fear and trepidation. If you're in a situation where you know your challenges, you know your impediments, you know the circumstances and events and around you that are the stressors, you know all of them and what they are, then you can also look at this as more like a maze, like a puzzle that you can solve, where you don't have to get hurt and you don't have to hurt anybody. You just kind of go through it, okay? And so that's what I feel is happening out there around you. In other words, don't take it personally. If it is very stressful, just say it's a very stressful situation. And if you want to respond with, you could call a stress response, you can do that. You don't have to live at the mercy of the stressors. You can just treat it as a game or as a puzzle or like being a little kid in a magical maze. And eventually you just figure it out by trial and error. Okay, let's have a look. What's the situation? Okay, well, maybe you are up to your neck in it with challenges right now. And in some ways, it's almost like, to me, it feels like you're almost grateful. Like you need to do this. You know that you need to face your challenges. You know you need to face your issues with the best courage, your best foot forward. And you also know that your challenges, no, I'm not trying to like diminish the severity of the challenges, but it looks like they're bringing out the best in you. Okay. In other words, your growth through challenge, like what happens in sports when people are training for marathons or training for events or studying for school. Yeah, it's very, very tough. It's very challenging to upgrade yourself. And sometimes the only way you can really do that is to deliberately throw yourself into challenging, stressful situations, like stress testing yourself in situations, places, circumstances, and events in life. And that's kind of what's happening right now. It might not be fun. but it can be very productive, okay, especially in terms of like spiritual growth and like getting yourself like in alignment to where you need to be coming out of the eclipses, like how you're going to live your life now, long term, facing into the future, what kind of things need to be dealt with here and now. So in other words, it's all about removing the obstacles. Like right now, it's all about removing the obstacles to your best life. And it's work, it's challenge. In some ways, it's exciting. Perhaps it's very daunting, very intimidating. Like rolling your sleeves up if you have to remodel your house or something like that. Like you don't want to do it. It would be just nice to walk into your own perfect palace. But sometimes we have to like take initiatives and just face the puzzles of life and just get into it and tap into our strength and courage. So what's the challenge with all of this? Okay, wondering whether you can handle it. With the Seven of Wands here, my feeling is that even though you can handle it, even though at the deep spiritual level you are built for this, you have the capacity, the courage, the strength to do this, the challenge is extreme doubt. That's what I see here. I see that the challenge is it's like having extreme doubt whether you will actually prevail, whether you even have a chance at all, at whatever it is that's blocking you or challenging you or stressing you, whether you're ever going to be able to like rise above this, no matter what you do, however you do it. It's understandable if you're facing what appears to be huge obstacles. Maybe they're not as big as they seem. Maybe a lot of it's an illusion, but the fear of it has triggered intense energy of self-doubt. So how do we deal with that? Okay, my feeling is to just jump in totally blind. In other words, forget it. In fact, it's almost like you see her over here. It's almost like this is advantageous. In some ways, it's better that you don't even know the full nature or the full extent of your challenges, and it's better just to dive in and do it. Like, in other words, it's almost like, dear Tarot Illumination, I have no idea how I'm supposed to cope with my life right now. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, how I'm supposed to do it, where, when, with who, how I'm going to pay for it, where's all that going to come from, the time, the energy, the health, all of it. I have no idea. And then Tarot Illumination says, so what? Just do it anyway. Okay? That's kind of what I'm feeling here. It's almost like, oh my God, are you serious, Tarot Illumination? You're just telling me to just dive in and do it anyway? And then Tarot Illumination says, yes. Oh no! Oh no! And then everyone else in Tarot Illumination Love Tribe, very, very gently, very secretly, steps up behind you, and without knowing it, without you knowing it, they shove you in. And then you just go for it. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. There you go. So I hope that helps you, Light Flower. I think you can handle it. Yeah, it might take a lot of courage. Yeah, it might be incredibly scary. It might be very challenging. Yes, you might know it's going to bring out the best in you, and you might be seriously doubting whether you've got the guts to handle it or whether you will ever survive. But you can do it. But the only way, the best way to do it is to just literally just take a huge, deep breath, gulp, swallow, and jump. Yep. Yep. Just freaking jump. There we go. Thank you, Light Flower. That's for you. I hope you get something out of it. I really do. I'm going to shuffle up a little bit. I'm going to think, I think I might, give me a second, folks. Give me a second here. I'm going to put on another tune. I'm going to put another tune on, people. Here we go.
If you wish for a simple miracle,
I'm gonna shuffle off camera.
if you wish, you can have them right away.
Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo.
All you need is some faith, is the will. Ask for it, and it will come to you today.
Hey, hey.
I want you to be oh so happy. I want you to be your higher self, yeah. I want you to live and die laughing. Taste your dreams today. Taste your dreams this way, yeah. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. If you wish to be in the state of grace, ask for it, and it will meet you face to face.
Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo.
And if you wish, if you dare to dream, you will find that it's easier than it seems. Hey, hey, I want you to be oh so happy. I want you to be your higher self.
Yeah.
I want you to live and die laughing. Taste your dreams today. Taste your dreams this way. Oh. La da 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 da. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. Whoa. La da 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 da, la da 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 da.
Whoa.
Yeah. I want you to be oh so happy.
Yeah.
I want you to be your higher self. Yeah, yeah. I want you to live and die laughing. Taste your dreams today. Taste your dreams this way. Taste your dreams this way. Taste your dreams today.
All right, here we are, back again. Thanks, Evolution Fairy. I'm glad you like that song. Yeah. Good night. If you got to go to bed, I understand it's very, very, very late. Compass Starlight. I don't think I got you here earlier, did I? Hold on. No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I think I would have recognized that name. Hi, Compass. No, I didn't see it. Look at all you lovely people. My gosh. I hope you guys here are in for the long term. I'm serious, people, what we were talking about in the show earlier tonight about the sponsorships and getting up to 1,999 sponsors. It's a lot of sponsors, okay? It's a lot. I've never done it before. I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm going to be reaching out and I'm going to be asking everybody about the sponsorship thing. It might be just one sponsor at a time, but if we can get up to those huge numbers, 999, it's been hard enough just to get up to like 12,000, 13,000 subscribers. So it's probably going to be 10 times harder to get the sponsors because that means money, you know, actual money, but it's super cheap. I think we talked about this earlier in the show. A lot of you weren't here at the time, but I want to mention it at the very late part of the show tonight. Please think about this long term. Don't have to do it right now. We haven't even launched it yet, but we are going to launch a Patreon sponsorship, okay? and it's going to be $2.22 a month or $3.33 per month, something like that. And we're going to aim, you know, however long it takes. We're going to start, the first big goal is to reach 333 sponsors. You can do the math. It starts to really add up. From there, we're going to try and reach 555. It really, really adds up. Then we do the big one to $9.99. And this is the big one where we're talking about a retreat, an actual Terralumination nature retreat. Plants, animals, beautiful location where people can come and hang out. And we're talking with a few business people to see if we can find a way to do it so that it's super cheap for people who want to come to the retreat, especially if you've been a sponsor, because like it's almost like you're already buying a spot for it on a long-term payment plan, if that makes any sense. I hope that kind of makes sense. And so, you know, then mostly you would just have to worry about transportation costs. That would be about it. Anyway, that's one of the ideas that we're talking about. And we can actually do this. If we had 999 sponsors, we can do that. We can have an actual real live Terralumination Sunday Night Live with a bunch of you guys actually live around the campfire. Can you freaking imagine that? And we film that live, and then we put that on the channel. Holy uck. That would be a serious, holy cluster, amazing ucking moment. Okay? Yeah. So I just wanted to plug that. That was just another shameless self-promotion from Terralumination about the Terralumination Retreat Program, sponsorship program. All right, Lena, you're up. You're up. It would be a very long-term payment plan. Yeah, like super, super low monthly payments. But, you know, it adds up. And somebody might not do it, you know, but it might work for somebody else. The important thing is to keep Terralumination going. So just imagine it. So like, if we know we had a steady 999 sponsors per month, it kind of wouldn't matter too much if somebody couldn't afford the actual retreat itself, just so long as they get there. Because really the only overheads that you would have at the retreat would be, you know, food, you know. But since it's an ongoing thing, we would probably have food anyway. So you just come and hang out and you eat and you sleep. And we do art and music and writing and healing and crafts and nature walks, more healing, more spiritual healing and stuff like that. And we've got this all planned. We don't have it all planned. This is just a Terralumination dream right now, but we're already starting to talk about it with a few business people, you know, people who know about business and real estate and building and finances and all that kind of stuff. All right. So I'm not joking, people. I am not joking. Yeah. Love Triber is already planning day trips to the Terralumination Beach apartment. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, you gotta bring your own, bring your toothbrush, because that's probably about all the room we're gonna have here. Bring your toothbrush. You might want to bring a towel and some deodorant. And socks and underwear. Pants and underwear and whatever it is you wear underneath. All right, Lena, you're up. I hope you're ready. I know it's probably very late for you or very early, I can't remember. Lena is way down near Buenos Aires, a very different time zone. Let's have a look. Lena, has anyone told you recently that you're awesome? I just wanted to let you know. Here we go. So bring your invisible friends. I know you have lots of invisible friends. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it, okay? And what's the surrounding circumstantial weather like? Okay. Page of Swords. So with this energy around here, my feeling is that this is a little bit precarious, because if like your circumstances or situations are like it feels like the pressure is building up for you just to want to like bust out, live your life, live your truth in the way that works for you, but also knowing that you might be like knocking down pre-existing cultural belief systems or something like that, or falsehoods or false altars, where people would be wondering, like, what does Lena think she's doing? Who does Lena think she is, just being herself? How dare you? That's awkward energy, okay? So with the Page of Swords here, it's just like, it's great to have the enthusiasm and the clarity of mind to know what you want to do, how to do it, when, where, and who and why. But you have to understand that it will have side effects. It will have, let's say, perhaps some shocking effects in your life, in your world around you. So you could be surrounded, swimming in that right now. So it's, in some ways it's exciting, but it's also extremely frustrating and quite precarious. Let's have a look. What's the situation? Okay, well, my feeling is that it's just almost like, well, who cares? Who cares? It's just like, I don't care anymore. I need to go for it. I'm determined. I'm going to go for it. It's my time. It's my chance right now. I know I have the gifts. I know I have the talents. I know I have the drive. I know I have the mission, the sense of purpose and meaning behind it all. So I'm just going to go for it. So that's an awful lot of energy being squished into some very, let's say, unstable conditions. So things could be quite volatile. So how do you deal with that volatility so that in all your enthusiasm to go forward with life, you don't get hurt and you don't hurt anybody else? What's the challenge with all of this? Okay, here's the thing. It's just like, in a way, what we just talked about there, it kind of doesn't matter, because the real problem is like trusting yourself. That's what it feels like to me here. Trusting yourself in that this is actually doable, that this is even humanly possible. This is such beautiful, magnificent, radiant, inspiring energy, not just for about you, but for others. Like, because it's like to me, this looks like an energy of extreme doubt. Like, the challenge is whether you really feel you do have the inspiration, whether you do have those gifts, whether you do have the courage to go forward and live your life the way that you want to live your life for you. Because it could be very disruptive for others, okay? So that's a problem, because it means, like, wow, does this mean I'm not allowed to live up to my best self, my most radiant self? Does this mean I have to dim my light in order to keep going? In other words, am I going to have to dumb myself down in order to survive and keep going? Because that's a huge problem, okay? And that's triggered by self-doubt. How do we deal with this? Okay, we make it very, very clear to ourselves, especially you to yourself, that you're not willing to put up with that BS anymore, okay? If you're in a situation, if you're in like a life, like a passage through life right now, perhaps with the eclipses, where you realize enough is enough is enough is enough, okay? And it's become so clear and it's so evident that it's time to call it out, but you're terrified to call it out because of the disruptions involved, okay? And the terror, the fear of being your own most magnificent, inspirational, inspiring, gifted, talented self. So the way to handle it is basically realize that you can't take it anymore. You have no reason to take it anymore. You don't have to put up with whatever kind of pain and suffering is coming to you that really does not belong to you, where you have spent years being a pincushion for everyone else's pain and suffering and misery. Well, that's no longer acceptable. That's done. It's obsolete, finished, it's over. The eclipses have spoken. Terra Lumination and everyone who is witnessing here tonight would agree with you. It's time to say enough is enough is enough. You don't have to keep putting yourself in the way of pain anymore, but it means you have to make the decision to rise up to your own most magnificent self with no apologies and say enough is enough is enough. I am going to live my life now for me, because that's what is best for me, which is best for my loved ones, which is best for the planet. No apologies. Okay, Lena? Thank you very much. I hope you got something out of it. Thank you, Steve, for for setting her up. Okay? Very cool. Very cool. All right. Oh. All right, so I'm going to play Lena's concerto again. I hope you don't mind. I just love it. I'm just going to do it because I love it. Here we go. This is how awesome Lena is, okay? I surrender, I surrender, I surrender, I surrender. I surrender, I surrender, I surrender, I surrender. I surrender, I surrender, I surrender, I surrender. Wow. So there you go. Whew. Wow. Well, that was a fun show. I'm so glad we got to hang out again tonight. Sometimes it's borderline. Sometimes I wonder if I can even make it. I wondered, we still have a few people here. We've got 20 something people tonight still here. We're coming up to winter. It's going to be autumn soon and everything. And I'm noticing that this show is very late for a lot of people. So if anybody has any comments, I'd love to know, how do you feel about doing Sunday Night Live at 6 p.m.? How does anybody feel about that? Is that too early? Does it make any difference? Would you prefer that? I'd be curious to know. Maybe right here in the comment box, or you can even go to terraillumination.com and go to the connect page and write in. I'd love to hear your opinions. Thank you very much. Also, I'd like to say thank you for everyone for the donations on the super chat tonight. It all helps. It all goes towards the Terra Illumination. It's basically like a fund. It's really like a fund. We're going to do everything we can to stash away as much money as possible so we can basically build a retreat. That is the ultimate goal here at Terra Illumination, where you guys can actually come and hang out, and it'll be a real live Sunday Night Live. Okay? Okay. There we go. It's too early for you. Okay, well, okay, so maybe we'll just, okay, so let's maybe just keep it at 7 o'clock, you know? Okay. We'll see what happens. There's no plan yet. I mean, we've been doing this for a year and a half now. We've only missed, I think, 3 shows. Some people would prefer 6 p.m. Maybe we could try 6 p.m. And see what happens. We'll just do it randomly, because I don't do a lot of promotional videos, as you know. Mostly we just do the monthly reports and then the Sunday Night Lives. In theory, we could perhaps grow the channel bigger, better, and faster if Terra Illumination would make a lot more videos, but frankly, I can barely handle what we're doing already. So right now, I just kind of keep it mellow, and we're just going to have the slow grow approach. All right? Au naturel, very, very natural. And so we'll just maybe try, maybe a 6 p.m. one evening randomly, just to see what happens, okay? All right, everybody. I'm going to start checking out with the show now. Let's get settled here. You know what's going to happen already. All you regulars, you already know. We're going to start putting the house on fire. And back in the Terra Illumination pop star days, this would be the equivalent of doing a show, a live show. But this is now like a micro show, and it gives Terra Illumination the chance to still connect with you guys, to be heard, to be understood. As you can probably figure out, Terra Illumination craves to communicate and to connect and to be heard and understood. That's part of why I do this. It's part of my own personal needs to be that way. Like, I feel I have things to say, things to share with you, and so I'm doing everything I can to do that. I'd love to do more, but it's a struggle to do this. But we are going to grow, and eventually, I would really, really love to share my full self with you in person. Right now, I can't handle it, but I'd love to get there one day, and with your, continued, if we keep doing this, let's just keep doing it, then we have that possibility, because I know a lot of you have made really good friends with each other here, and that's kind of all behind the scenes, and I'm really happy about that. So anyway, that's it for private readings tonight. That's it. That's all we're going to have. So thank you, all of you. Hold on. Sorry, this goes back here. And we're going to light up some candles and have a farewell hangout song around the campfire for everybody, okay? All right. I've been very mellow tonight. Sometimes I get really wound up because I get so excited. and then I can't calm down. It takes me hours to calm down after the show. But for tonight, we're just keeping it mellow. It's been a real pleasure for all of us. I love doing this. I know you love it. I know you love that I do that too. And I know you guys love Illumination too, or otherwise you wouldn't be here. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay? Really do. All right, let's have a look. We're going to do this now. I'm going to play Love the Word. Okay, here we go. Sing the word, chant the word, speak the word, dance the word, say the word, praise the word, feel the word, love the word, live the word, vibrate the word, shake the word, hug the word, breathe the word, whisper the word, sign the word, love the word, sing it out, sing the word, chant the word, speak the word, dance the word, say the word, praise the word, feel the word, love the word, live the word, vibrate the word, shake the word, hug the word, breathe the word, whisper the word, sign the word, love the word, sing it out, sing the word, chant the word, speak the word, dance the word, say the word, praise the word, feel the word, love the word, live the word, vibrate the word, shake the word, hug the word, breathe the word, whisper the word, sign the word, love the word, sing it out. Got it all, son. Got it. Okay. Okay. Good night, everybody. It's been a real treat. It's been a real pleasure. I love doing this for you. As you know, love having you guys here. I look forward to opening the doors one day to you guys in person. That would just be a dream come true. But it takes all of you to make that happen. Okay. So love your words. Be very aware of your words. Okay. And take care of yourselves. Have a beautiful week. And we'll see you again next Sunday. And blessings to all of you. Good night. Make the best of all the eclipse energies. We're just starting to come out of it now. It's going to take weeks until it soaks in and settles in. Mars is still going to be doing what it's doing. It's very, very challenging right up till like middle of November or whatever. So just be patient, do the work, love yourself first, okay? All the way. Okay? Thank you. Good night, everybody. Good night. Blessings.